All right, we also have to talk about the angles we're going to see in this unit. Okay, first one up is a central angle. It gets its name because it's literally at the center of the circle. Okay, it's any angle whose vertex is the center point of the circle. So for instance, this has to be the vertice of your angle. And so if I follow that out, okay, that would be a central angle right here. All right, so we can call it angle DOU. All right, we're also going to talk about inscribed angles, and they're an angle whose vertex is on the circle, okay, and whose sides are chords. So for instance, if I go with, let's say, this point R, and I follow the sides of that angle out, that angle right here has its vertex on the circle, and the sides of it are chords. SR is a chord, and RU is a chord. So we can go with angle SRU. Okay, remember that the vertex of the angle has to be the middle letter. Interior angle is an angle whose vertex is in the circle, okay, and formed by two chords again, intersecting. So we have to remember interior angles always look like a crossing X, all right, and we have all kinds of interior angles on both sides, all right? So if you see a pair of vertical angles inside of a circle, chances are you found 4 interior angles there. So if I look at an X that I see in my circle up here, okay, each one of these angles here is an interior angle, okay? And so I'm just going to go ahead and pick this one right here. And so that would be angle ACU. Angle ACU. Notice that C is the vertex and it's floating around on the inside of the circle. Therefore, that's an interior angle. Okay, whereas an inscribed one has to be on the edge of the circle, and a central angle has to be at the center of the circle. So you guys can see the 3 different angles. They have all different names because they have all different ways of finding them. Last one is called an exterior angle. This one's really easy to find. If you know, exterior means outside. So it's an angle whose vertex is outside the circle and formed by either 2 tangents, 2 secants, or 1 tangent and 1 secant. In here, we can see the angle on the outside of our circle at P. All right. And so angle P, there's only one letter at that, or one angle at that letter. So you could just call it P if you would like. But this angle here is formed by this line segment, which is a secant because it touches the circle at a second point, touches the circle at R, and it also touches at S. And so that's a secant. And the other side of angle P is formed by this segment over here called PU. And notice it just touches the circle at U. And so therefore this would be a tangent. All right. So hopefully that helps. And we're going to talk about our first angle, which is the easiest one of the 4 angles we're going to talk about. And this is the central angle. And it says in circle O, we have OA and OB are opposite rays. So OA goes up, OB goes down. Those are opposite rays. Okay. And it says that the measure of angle BOC is 15 degrees. So angle B to O to C, this angle inside there is 15 degrees. And they want us to find the following. Okay. First off, the measure of angle AOC. So if I trace over angle A to O to C, this angle here, you guys can see that they form a linear pair. Okay. And if I take 180 degrees and I take away the 15, I'll have the other angle of the pair, which ends up being 165 degrees. So this is 165 degrees inside that angle. Okay. Now they want us to find arc AC. Arc AC goes from A to C. Because it's only 2 letters, it goes the short way. And if we read up here that central angles are equal to their arc, that arc belongs to that central angle. All right. It's almost like if the angle was like a mouth and it opened up, it would eat that arc. All right. And so that arc is also going to be 165 degrees because central angles are equal to their arcs. Hold on. 165. There we go. All right. Next up, they want us to find arc BC. So from B to C, and it's only 2 letters, so it's the short way from B to C, is also an arc of our circle. And the 15 degrees belongs to that arc there. And so that arc is 15 degrees because central angles are equal to their arc. All right, next one up is arc AB. So from A to B. So it doesn't matter if we go this way around the circle or A to B this way around the circle. And because it doesn't matter, that's why they use 2 letters versus 3. Either way, hey, hopefully you know that that is half the circle, and half of a circle is 180 degrees. Okay. And now for our last one. Now this is 3 letters, and we have to make sure that we travel to each one of those letters around the edge of the circle. So starting at A, since B is the next letter, we have to travel in the direction of B. So we have to go this way. Or we could go the other way, however, but you have to keep going around to C. So this was why I went from this way. So we have to go A to B and then stop at C. And so you guys can see this yellow arc is what arc ABC is. If we went the other way, we would hit C before B, and then the letters would be out of order. So that's why we can't go that way. So hopefully you guys can see that this arc is made up of 180 degrees and 15 more. And so 180 degrees and 15 more would put us at 195 degrees. All right, and this question's finished. All right, so hopefully that helps, and I'll see you guys on the next page of notes.